Opendoor just went from trading under $2 to more than $10 in the matter of a month. Today, it's sitting around $8.81, up 450% year to date and 321% over the last year. So the big question is, can this momentum continue? Well, in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what's behind the surge, the leadership shakeup that lit the match, and the growth catalysts that could push the stock even higher. And there's one signal that I'm watching that I think most investors are missing. Stick with me because this one could be much bigger than you think. My name is Rick Orford. I've been trading since 1999 and I am not a financial advisor. That's a good thing. It means I'm not here to sell you something you don't want. I'm here to break down the numbers so retail investors like you and me can make smarter, more confident decisions with your money. All right, so let's get into it. Opendoor Technologies is a real estate technology company that operates as an iBuyer in over 50 US markets. Here's how it works. Homeowners post their property, Opendoor buys it for cash, makes the repairs, and then resells it on their platform. Buyers can then search by zip code and tour homes online. I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. And you all know how much I love researching new stocks and trying to find the next best investment. So I'm proud to partner with The Motley Fool to bring you 10 stock picks from their popular product, Stock Advisor. Stock Advisor has beaten the market by almost 6 times. Go to fool.com/Ricko to get your 10 stock picks right now. So how does the pricing work? Well, their proprietary algorithm compares the property against hundreds of comps and then adjusts for square footage, renovation, location, and demand. It factors in repairs, risks, and market trends. Basically, it's a machine learning version of a seasoned real estate investor, only faster and at scale. And everything happens online. No open houses, no staging, no parade of strangers walking through your living room. In Opendoor's words, you get to skip the hassle, request a competitive cash offer, manage your sale online, and even choose your closing date. Beyond that, Opendoor offers brokerage, title, and escrow services, as well as property insurance. And most of its revenue today comes from service fees, typically 5% of the sales price, plus the margins they make on the home resales. Think of it as an AI-powered online house flipper, right? And in today's digital-first economy, I think that's a really big deal. And here's where it starts to get even more interesting. Opendoor has plans to expand beyond those 50 markets to cover the entire United States. And if that rollout succeeds, it could disrupt real estate on a national scale. Think about it, right? Sellers, they skip the headaches. Buyers, they get the simplicity. And the company captures opportunities in localized markets that traditional agents might miss. Now, let's talk about the stock because that's why you're here, right? Well, on September 10th, Opendoor closed at $5.86. The very next day, after announcing a leadership shakeup, it closed at $10.52. Today, it's around $8.81. That leadership change, well, a former Shopify executive took over as CEO while the founders rejoined the board. The market loved it, and that enthusiasm shows up in the chart. Now, zoom out a little, and the picture is even wilder. The stock is up 87% in the last month, 450% year to date, and it's rallied from just 51 cents a share back in June. Back then, it was even at risk of delisting. Now, it's trading more than 17 times higher in just a few short months. But here's a bit more context. Opendoor once hit $39 a share in early of 2021. Today's $9 price, while yes, it represents a massive comeback, it's still very far away from those highs. So the real question, I think, is whether this new momentum is a rebound or the start of something bigger. So what could push the stock higher from here? And I got this question recently on my Discord server. So to answer that, let's talk about the catalysts. I think the biggest catalyst I see is Opendoor's identity itself. Unlike Zillow or Redfin, which both abandoned their own iBuyer programs, Opendoor, they stuck with it. And that persistence has left them the dominant player in the space. Sellers can get instant cash offers, and buyers, they can tour homes remotely, and Opendoor even provides financing. It's a one-stop shop for real estate, and convenience almost always wins. Another catalyst is the planned national expansion. Real estate isn't just one market, it's thousands of micro markets. And Opendoor's tech lets it adapt pricing for each market, spotting opportunities that local brokers might miss. And that is a structural advantage. And of course, let's not ignore timing, right? The housing market has been largely frozen in 2025, but any thaw combined with recent rate cuts, I think could boost activity. Opendoor is positioned to capture that upside when buyers return. Finally, this is all online. Millennials and Gen Z, the next wave of homebuyers, all grew up digital. They already bank, shop, and buy cars online. Real estate could be next. So you could say that Opendoor is perfectly set up to meet the expectations of the next generation of buyers and sellers. So that's what I see as the market loving about the stock. But what do the analysts say about Opendoor? Well, the massive price swing means that it blew past its $2 high target price, so many analysts are understandably hesitant. In fact, several analysts have actually downgraded their ratings from hold to strong sell over the last 3 months. Another thing right now that concerns me a little bit is Opendoor's meme stock status. Meme stocks are those stocks that skyrocket mainly because of hype on social media and on discussion boards like Reddit. And I think, unfortunately, these companies don't have the fundamentals to sustain the increase, so they often drop sharply after the hype has died down. You only have to look at the charts of AMC, GameStop, and BlackBerry. So, what do you think? Is Opendoor a meme stock? Well, I think we're going to have to wait and see what happens next. I'm going to release a video that covers the risks that the company is facing, so be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. But what about you? Do you think Opendoor will revolutionize the real estate space, or do you need more good news before buying into the narrative? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're there, if you found this video helpful, do like and subscribe so others will find it as well. Well, folks, that's it for me today. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.